What if your brain was not a fixed organ but an ever-changing masterpiece, constantly adapting to your experiences? In Livewired, the inside story of the ever-changing brain, David Eagleman dives deep into the remarkable adaptability of the human brain. This is the story of how I discovered the brain's ability to rewire itself, reshape my understanding of who I am, and harness this potential for personal growth and resilience. Through Eagleman's insights, I learned that the brain's flexibility offers endless opportunities to redefine our limits and embrace transformation. Eagleman begins by exploring the concept of neuroplasticity, the brain's capacity to reorganize itself by forming new neural connections throughout life. He explains that this adaptability allows us to learn, recover from injuries, and even repurpose regions of the brain for new tasks. Neuroplasticity is not just a theoretical concept. It is the foundation of how we grow and adapt to challenges. I started reflecting on moments when I had learned new skills or adapted to major changes. These experiences underscored the brain's incredible ability to evolve. Eagleman's explanation of how neural pathways strengthen with use and weaken without it inspired me to challenge myself more actively. By embracing change and learning, I began to see my brain as a dynamic tool, ready to adapt and grow. Every new skill or habit felt like an opportunity to reshape my brain's wiring. This chapter taught me that nothing about our brain is static. By understanding its plasticity, I realized that I had the power to reshape my thoughts, habits, and abilities at any stage of life. Eagleman's insights encouraged me to view my brain as a constantly evolving entity capable of incredible transformations. One of the most fascinating concepts Eagleman discusses is sensory substitution, how the brain can adapt to process information in new ways when one sense is lost. He shares compelling examples of individuals who have learned to see through touch or hear through vibrations, illustrating the brain's remarkable flexibility. This adaptability highlights the brain's ability to repurpose itself to meet new demands. I found myself wondering how I could tap into this ability to enhance my own senses or adapt to challenges. Eagleman's stories of innovation and adaptation showed me that the limits we perceive are often just starting points for new possibilities. For example, I considered how wearable technology might augment my senses or help me approach problems differently. The idea that the brain could incorporate new tools and create novel ways of interpreting the world was both exciting and empowering. This chapter reminded me that our brains are not confined to their original wiring. By exploring new ways to process information, we can overcome limitations and unlock hidden potential. The possibilities for sensory substitution extended beyond overcoming disabilities. They offered a glimpse into how we might expand human capabilities in the future. Eagleman explains that the brain is fundamentally a prediction machine, constantly analyzing patterns and anticipating outcomes. This ability enables us to navigate the world efficiently, but can also lead to biases or errors when predictions are based on incomplete information. The brain's predictive nature is a double-edged sword, balancing efficiency with the risk of misjudgment. I began paying closer attention to my assumptions and how they shaped my perceptions. Were my brain's predictions helping me, or were they creating blind spots? Eagleman's insights encouraged me to question automatic judgments and remain open to new perspectives. I realized that some of my preconceived notions were limiting my ability to see situations clearly and adapt effectively. This chapter taught me that by becoming aware of my brain's predictive nature, I could challenge its assumptions and make more deliberate, informed decisions. Understanding this process also gave me a deeper appreciation for how the brain balances efficiency with flexibility. It reminded me that questioning our predictions is a crucial step toward growth and understanding. Our brains are shaped by the sum of our experiences, and Eagleman emphasizes how each moment rewires us in subtle ways. He explains that no two brains are alike because our unique histories create individualized neural landscapes. Every interaction, decision, and challenge leaves a lasting imprint on our neural pathways. I reflected on how my experiences had shaped my habits, preferences, and worldview. Eagleman's emphasis on the brain's responsiveness to new experiences inspired me to seek out opportunities for growth. Whether it was learning a new language, traveling, or engaging with diverse perspectives, I realized that every new experience enriched my brain's wiring. Even small, everyday moments became opportunities to evolve. This chapter reminded me that we are all works in progress. By intentionally exposing myself to new challenges and environments, I could continue to evolve and grow. Eagleman's insights reinforce the importance of lifelong learning and the impact of curiosity in shaping who we are. Eagleman highlights inspiring stories of individuals who have used neuroplasticity to recover from injuries, such as strokes or traumatic brain injuries. He explains how targeted therapies and practices can help rewire the brain to regain lost functions. These stories are testaments to the brain's resilience and capacity for renewal. I found these examples deeply motivating, as they illustrated the brain's resilience and capacity for healing. Eagleman's insights encouraged me to think about how I could apply similar principles to overcome mental or emotional setbacks. By practicing mindfulness and resilience, I began to view challenges as opportunities to strengthen my mental pathways. Even in moments of doubt, I found hope in the brain's ability to rebuild and adapt. This chapter taught me that recovery is not just about regaining what was lost. It's about building anew. The brain's ability to adapt offers hope and empowerment, even in the face of adversity. Eagleman's example showed that with patience and persistence, significant transformation is possible. Eagleman explores the intersection of technology and neuroscience, discussing how innovations like brain-machine interfaces and neuroprosthetics are expanding the brain's potential. These advancements blur the boundaries between biology and technology, opening doors to new ways of thinking and living. The integration of technology with the brain promises to redefine human capabilities. I began imagining how these developments could enhance our lives, from restoring mobility to creating entirely new sensory experiences. Eagleman's exploration of this frontier challenged me to think beyond traditional limits and embrace the possibilities of a connected future. I was particularly intrigued by the idea of brain-computer interfaces that could enhance communication, learning, and creativity. This chapter reminded me that the brain's potential is not confined to its natural state. By integrating technology, we can augment our capabilities and redefine what it means to be human. Eagleman's vision of a future where biology and technology merge inspired me to think about how we can responsibly harness these advancements to improve lives. In the final chapter, Eagleman reflects on how our brain's adaptability shapes our identity. He explains that while we often think of ourselves as fixed entities, we are constantly evolving in response to our environment, experiences, and choices. This fluidity allows us to redefine who we are at any point in our lives. I started thinking about how I could embrace this fluidity to become the person I wanted to be. Eagleman's insights helped me see that change is not only possible but inevitable, and that I could steer it in positive directions by making intentional choices. By focusing on growth and embracing challenges, I began to see myself as a work in progress with limitless potential. This chapter taught me that identity is not a destination but a journey. By embracing the brain's adaptability, I could continue to grow and redefine myself throughout my life. Eagleman's message inspired me to approach each day with curiosity and a commitment to self-improvement. Livewired. The inside story of the ever-changing brain taught me that our brains are far more adaptable and dynamic than we often realize. By understanding and embracing neuroplasticity, I learned how to harness my brain's potential for growth, resilience, and innovation. What steps can you take to rewire your brain for success? Remember, the journey of transformation begins with the belief that change is always possible. Eagleman's insights remind us that the brain's endless adaptability is a source of hope, empowerment, and limitless potential.